we can now speak to Colin Fox, who's the leader of the Scottish Socialist Party and a member of the advisory board for Yes Scotland. Colin Fox, good evening.
Good evening.
We showed those last 6 polls a moment ago, 58 to 42. You're still some way behind.
Yeah, I think the polls are accurate, I have to say, but Harold Wilson famously said that a week is a long time in politics. Well, 100 days is long enough to turn around the polls, and as your poll showed, what the Yes side needs is an 8% swing from no to yes, and there'll be independents voted for on 18th of September. So we're optimistic, and we'll continue to put the persuasive message that we put forward to the Scottish people, confident that they'll listen to it.
The other point raised there, in the polling at least, was that women seem to be less inclined to support you than men do. Why do you think that is?
I think the polls tend to show that women have not made up their mind so much. There's a bigger proportion of don't knows amongst women. And that's fine. If people want to take time, they've still got time. They've got another 100 days to make up their mind about it. And I think the message from the Yes campaign is that women in Scotland have got a proportionately greater to gain from independence. They are, after all, lower paid. They suffer inequalities. They tend to take the burden of childcare. And with independence, women, working class women across Scotland, stand to gain more. And that's a message we have to continue to put over and persuade them by the 18th of September to trust us and not listen to the scaremongering of Gordon Brown. You know, listen to him there, and he does more than passable impersonation of Private Fraser from Dad's Army. We're doomed, our oil's about to run out, our currency is worthless, our pensions won't be paid, we're too small, too poor and too stupid to look after our own affairs. And of course it's nonsense, and well, it's a message that's diminishing.
You'll be only too well aware that both sides have been trading claims and counterclaims and figures and counter-figures throughout this, which has left people, understandably, a bit bamboozled. The point to put to you, surely, is that you're now up against 3 major political parties who all say, to a degree, if people vote no, they will get more devolution anyway. And for those who are doubtful about the risk of going for yes, that is surely quite an appealing message.
Well, I have to say, you know, the message of the Yes campaign from the very beginning has been positive and inspiring, and the message from the No campaign has been pessimistic and miserly.
But they're now saying Devo Max, and that's important,
yeah,
isn't it?
It is an important development. I'll tell you, the argument that Gordon Brown and Alistair Darling puts forward essentially is that Scotland gets the best of both worlds. We have a strong Scottish Parliament and vital influence at Westminster. And it's a double-dip delusion, because this whole debate is about the fact that we don't have a strong Scottish Parliament. I spent 4 years in the Parliament to have a daily experience of being told what I couldn't talk about. Colin, you can't talk about unemployment in here. Colin, you can't talk about the national minimum wage in here. Colin, you can't talk about Iraq in here, or Trident, or Afghanistan, or equalities for women. It's the whole point of this debate. We don't have a Scottish Parliament with the sufficient powers that the Scottish people want, and neither do we have vital influence at Westminster, because if we did, we wouldn't have the bedroom tax that we didn't want.
Okay.
And a whole raft of other measures.
Time has beaten us. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you, my pleasure.
In Edinburgh.